Welcome to building the Alpha Dory. I'm Dan, and this is a project to build a Chamberlain style racing dory from John Gardner's The Dory Book. Yeah, we're out in the shop nailing on the port side shear strake, and the camera just fell over and ended the video, so I'm just picking up where that one turned off. Alright, so what we were doing was nailing the shear strake on, and yeah, let's keep doing it. Oh. Looks like we got just enough ring nails to get these two planks on. So what I'm doing here is come up far enough where I'm not into any overhang on the plank below. I want to go through this plank, through the top edge of the other plank, and then into the frame. So I'm just sighting down the frame. Make sure that we go into it. I've also got a backing block out here too to hammer against. Here it is. Nice heavy chunk of railroad track. So that's all 4 frames. Now we've got the transom to do, and yeah, let's put this right here. And nail the transom in. Alright, so when I go into the transom, I want to go parallel to the plane of the transom. Which will mean that the nail is going to go through the plank at an angle. But I don't want to bust out on either the inside or out. Well, inside is where I'd bust out, but I don't want to bust out on the inside of the transom. I just want to put this nail right in straight. Nice, felt that tighten down. Yeah, look at that. That's a nice tight fit there. Yeah, so that nail pulled the plank right in tight to the transom and the plank below it. So we're good. Yeah. What I'll probably do is put in one more nail right now. I'll try and catch the plank below it when I do, and then I'll wait, and I think I'm going to have just enough nails to put in one more nail this evening if we do the other if we do the other side tonight, so we'll see. But we'll put this one in, so we got two in into the yoke anyway. And you don't really need a backing block on the transom. There's so much weight to the yoke itself, and then the transom is clamped right there, so it's well supported. All right, so looking great there. All right, great. So that's the port side nailed on. Now we're just gonna sort of do a quickie clean up on the edges of these frames. Harder to do once the plank is on, so I'm just knocking splinters where I sawed these frames, beveled these frames. Alright, so next thing we've got to do to hang the starboard plank is to trim the port plank at the stem. So we'll do that with a handsaw. This is like all the other cuts we've made up here. We're going to follow the contour of the plank on the other side. So I'll be cutting up along the face of the plank below it, and then I'll cut down along the face of the stem. That's going to be interesting. Well, let's get to it. See how this works. I may have to cut the stem face with a plane, hand plane, or a chisel. because we've got an overlap on the, we got the full width of the stem here, so it's kind of in the way of the saw. That's interesting. I think what I'm going to have to do is cut it a little large and just, like I said, take it back with a chisel or a hand plane. Alright, so there it goes. It looks like the other plank will come by that. I'll snag my chisel. So what I'm doing is cutting to the face of this, of the game, and then I'm cutting to what will be the face of the plank, which won't be much. Let's see how the plank lays on there first, and then we can trim that a bit more if need be, but better to take off not quite enough than take off too much at the start. So you can see that's now trimmed to match the face of this plank here. Alright, so looks like we're ready to put the plank, the starboard plank, up on the boat, see how it fits, and we'll make any, do any trimming at the transom and the stem, depending, and then should be ready to nail it on. So I'll just lash this close to where it's going to end up. And this soft lashing lets me move the back end around to wherever it's got to be without damaging the plank. It's in a clamp or a hard, some sort of hard attachment, doesn't move well. The other side's looking good, and we're not going to have the same issue we did at the transom here with the with another piece of wood getting in the way. So I'll just quickly clamp this and see how we are front to back, because it doesn't make any sense to get everything just so unless we're where we need to be. front to back. I need to make sure that this plank is overlapping slightly, but not too much. Yeah, it looks like it needs to come back a little bit, if possible, which is good because we want that transom as wide as we can get it. Let's see if I brought it back too far. Probably, but we'll see. That's pretty close. Yeah, bring it forward about an inch and we'll be good. Okay, so okay, we're looking good back here. We're matching up quite well with the other side, especially on the shear strake. You want to make sure that you're getting a symmetry of where the height at which planks land, because you don't want it with these other planks. If it's a little bit off, it's visually, it's not really very noticeable. I mean, it is noticeable if you take your time, but if you end up with the rails touching the transom at different heights, that rail, the shear line, is a very sort of distinctive it's a very noticeable visual thing. You'll pick it out right away. So try and get it as close as I can, especially on this one. All right, and we're coming in at the same height as the bottom of the lap on the other side and the top of the lap, so that's good. If the plank on one side is a different width than the plank on the other, then it'll come in at a different height, either on the top or the bottom of the laps here. And so I can adjust the width of this plank on this side by moving it forward or back. If I move it forward, the plank's going to get wider. If I move it back, the plank's going to get narrower. So I can use that to adjust this meat up here. It's good now, so I'm not going to change it. See, I may need to put this right on the side here. Yeah. Come on. Just for a moment. There goes. It's looking good. Fitting in there good. Okay, now now this feels a little bit high here. I'm feeling the edge of the bevel. So I may need to drop this down, but what I want to do is put a straight edge on the other side and see where this needs to be to mimic the height of the other side of the boat. Well, here's the straight edge we were looking for. So I'll just set that on there. I got my trusty leveled gauge, which is getting harder and harder to read. I can actually read it over here. My one concern would be is if this board were flexing at all in the middle and it's stiff enough where it isn't, if it was thinner, so I can actually read it over here. Okay, so what I need to do is bring this side down a little bit, which is good because like I said, I'm feeling right here it's a bit high. So I'm going to ease up on this and let this come down till my bubble is in the middle here. It's looking pretty close to the middle, so I'm going to tighten up again over here and just take a minute to look at things. I'm definitely down over the bevel now, so we're good in that respect. The other thing that I can do to kind of check the various heights, and especially at this point with the shear plank, is just take a measurement here. Okay, so it's just under 5 1/4. Just over 5 1/2 at this frame. 5 5/8. So we'll check it. On this side. Okay, so we're at wow. Wow. 5 5/8 right there. See if I can get it on the back side. A little bit over 5 5/8 there, but it's just so close. Yeah, I think I'm going to call this good here. Just inch it up the tiniest bit. Put a clamp on it Yeah, that's looking really good. Okay. All right, well, we're not going to have time to actually nail this on this episode, but we've got it ready to roll. Looking good. Yeah, what a gorgeous story. She's going to be a big, beautiful boat. Yeah, loving the lines on this thing. And you can see the power to that hull now. That last plank just adds so much volume to the hull. It's going to make for a nice dry and dry, powerful boat, you know, with plenty of freeboard and plenty of strength to stand up to the wind when she's heeled. So, well, it's yeah, looking good. Getting pretty chilly out here. We'll see if I end up nailing it on tonight. Probably not. Probably gonna call it an evening and yeah, get warm. Yeah, so I ended up throttling the heater back quite a bit just because I knew that it was getting late and didn't want to waste fuel, so we'll turn this off and head on in for the evening. And the way you do that is there's you can see the adjustment here. Like that's full. I just cranked it up to full, and that will start glowing pretty quick. And then hit that lever and just let the it's spring loaded, but I like to sort of hold the knob as it goes back because otherwise it kind of bangs off. It's probably not the best thing for the wick. Those wicks are a little bit fragile. They can get damaged, so alright, well, hey, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next video. A massive thank you to everyone who has liked, subscribed, commented, and supported the channel. And yeah, we'll see everyone, see y'all next video. Bye.